Well, our next guest has recently been making the case that only Tucker Carlson can bring down what he calls the Biden crime family. And here to discuss his theory, branding advisor to CEOs and the author of Intra-Branding, the Keystone of Corporate Agility, Marc Rudov. Plus, joining us again is GOP strategist and Newsmax columnist John Burnett. All right, Marc, explain your theory to us. Why do you think that Tucker Carlson, as opposed to the, House Oversight Committee, for example, will be the one man in America who can bring down President Biden for his alleged crimes?
Saw the House Oversight Committee yesterday. Jim Comer, Jim Jordan, Nancy Mace, Byron Donalds standing there. They had the receipts. They had a flow chart of the money trail. And what were the consequences? None. The mainstream media ignored it. Even Stephen Doocy of Fox News said, nothing to see here, move along. The FBI has a whistleblower document from when Biden was vice president, proof that he took bribes affecting U.S. policy. They won't turn it over to Comer. So I said, wow, Biden is going to skate. Who can do that? Who can take him down? There's only one guy who can do it, and that's Tucker Carlson. Why? Because he has the reach, he has the loyal audience, he has the cojones, he has the juice, and he has proof that all he has to do is put a little tweet out there, and within 24 hours, he gets 125 million views, including 25 million views of a video. Now, you remember when he ran the J6 video. Do you remember the reaction to that? And Schumer had to run to the microphone to tell Rupert Murdoch, put the handcuffs on Tucker Carlson. So he's the only guy who can do it, and I believe that if he would do it, that would be the end, because he would be relentless in exposing this, and everybody listens to Tucker Carlson.
Here's a look, by the way, folks, of the actual tracking of some of the money that went, if you start on the left from China, there's a billionaire there, Chairman Yi, goes into various LLCs and eventually ends up in the Biden family. There is a new Rasmussen poll talking about this kind of thing, which shows that 69% of Americans actually say that Joe and Hunter Biden's business deals and links to that they are links to an alleged bribery scheme, that they are serious. John, of course, the question is, can you track them to Joe Biden? Can you track them to a quid pro quo? Can you track them to something criminal? These are the things that have not been laid out, but almost everybody, like 69% there, are basically saying there is smoke there. As the Wall Street Journal said, there is smoke. Maybe not a smoking gun, but there's smoke, and we need to look into it.
Well, as usual, I agree and disagree with Marc. I think Tucker can do a great job for all the points that Marc laid out. However, there are a lot of other people that can do the same reporting. So I encourage Tucker and everyone else to step in to actually report on it. But to your point, Bob and Katrina, the thing is that we need to get into the details. This is the surface level. We need to connect, find paper trails directly to Biden, and possibly the first step is to bring certain members of the family down in terms of who actually received money, all the way down to the grandkids. Where are the products? Where are the services? Right? The fundamental element of money laundering is that it's illicit activities, right? Especially with no products or services behind it, because you're trying to clean up the paper trail, right? So money was given, money was parsed out, almost like a corporate scheme way, like going back to the days of Enron and some of these other companies, because these are shell companies. Were they single member? Are they multi-member LLCs, things of that nature? Who's involved? So there's enough evidence there, documents to go through to link it and possibly squeeze some of these banks that move the money around. Why? Because they're responsible for KYC, which stands for Know Your Customer Due Diligence. They have to know not just how much money wants to be moved, but how was that money earned, how was that money gotten, and where's the money going? There's a lot of questions to be answered here, and we need to dig into the weeds. Perhaps a DA somewhere in the nation, just like they're going after Donald Trump, they should be going after the Hunter Biden.
There has to be an investigation rather than just sharing the story.
Well, where would that investigation come from? The DOJ?
I don't know, the DOJ? Yes.
You're going to hold your breath on that?
Hey, let's not wait on the DOJ.
Marc Rudov?
The final word?
Very quickly, sir.
Well, as I usually agree and disagree with John also. A lot of what you said, John, is already known. I believe that if this committee had come up with a smoking gun, people still would have said nothing to see here because the swamp protects its own.
But we
And
need to
only
know what that
Tucker-
unknown
Only
Biden
Tucker
is,
can get the
who that
reaction
person
that he
is.
gets. No other reporter, Matt
Yeah.
Taibbi, doesn't matter. Only Tucker can get that reaction, and only Tucker can take him down.
All right, Marc Rudov, very interesting theory. Thanks for sharing with us. And John Burnett, please stick around.